Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879 in the quiet town of Ulm, Germany. His parents, Hermann and Pauline Einstein, were middle-class Jews who valued education and curiosity. From a young age, Albert was different. He didn't talk until he was almost 3 years old, and his family worried something was wrong. But as soon as he began speaking, his mind overflowed with questions about the world around him. As a student, Einstein didn't fit the mold of what teachers expected. He was curious and creative, but found school rigid and uninspiring. His teachers thought he was lazy because he disliked rote memorization. One teacher even told him he would never amount to anything. But Einstein wasn't lazy. He was simply different. While his classmates followed the rules, he questioned them. In his teenage years, Einstein's family moved to Italy, leaving him behind to finish school in Germany. He hated the strict education system and eventually dropped out, deciding to join his family in Milan. It was during this time that he became determined to study physics and mathematics. These weren't just subjects to him, they were keys to understanding the universe. Einstein eventually enrolled at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Even there, he wasn't an ideal student. He skipped classes he found boring, preferring to learn on his own. Despite this, his professors recognized his brilliance. After graduation, however, he struggled to find a teaching job. With no other options, Einstein took a position at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. It was at this unassuming job that Einstein's mind began to flourish. With plenty of free time, he used his energy to think deeply about the nature of space, time, and light. He began working on ideas that would later change the world. In 1905, at the age of 26, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers. This year became known as his miracle year. Each paper tackled a major question in physics. One explained how light behaves both like a particle and a wave. Another introduced his famous equation, E equals mc squared, showing the relationship between energy and mass. These papers didn't just advance physics, they completely transformed it. Einstein's work soon gained attention, and he became a rising star in the scientific community. In 1915, he completed his general theory of relativity, which provided a new understanding of gravity. He proposed that massive objects like stars and planets bend the fabric of space and time, creating what we perceive as gravity. This theory was proven in 1919 when astronomers observed light bending around the sun during a solar eclipse. Overnight, Einstein became a global celebrity. By the 1920s, Einstein was not just a scientist, he was a public figure. He traveled the world, giving lectures and meeting leaders. In 1921, he won the Nobel Prize for Physics, not for his work on relativity, but for explaining the photoelectric effect, which later became the foundation for technologies like solar panels. However, Einstein's fame came with challenges. As a Jewish scientist, he faced growing discrimination in Germany. When the Nazis rose to power in 1933, Einstein's life was in danger. He fled to the United States and took a position at Princeton University. During his time in America, Einstein learned about the development of nuclear weapons. Concerned that Nazi Germany might build an atomic bomb, he signed a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt urging the US to develop one first. This led to the Manhattan Project. But when the bomb was used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Einstein was horrified. He spent the rest of his life advocating for peace and disarmament. Einstein's later years were filled with reflection and quiet research. He continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, searching for a unified theory that could explain all the forces of nature. Although he never completed this work, his contributions to science remained unmatched. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955, at the age of 76. Even in death, his brain was studied to understand the source of his genius. But Einstein's true legacy isn't just in his discoveries, it's in his way of thinking. He showed the world that imagination is as important as knowledge, that curiosity can lead to extraordinary insights, and that one person can change the world.